think my worst nightmare job would definitely be like fast food worker. Like they get bullied so much. How many times a day can you get asked, do you want fries with that before you just snap? Like I can't do it.
I think my nightmare job would be, I've worked at Target for the past 5.5 years. And I think just like being a front end Target worker for like the rest of my life would be not okay with me. If I work at headquarters for Target, like, oh my gosh, so cool. Working with the Target brand would be great. But I think being a cashier or getting carts is not what I want my life to be.
My nightmare job would be anything to where I have very little control, very little independence, and I don't feel like I'm making like a difference.
Getting a job off the coast of Juneau, Alaska, and the boat sinks and I'm stuck on an island in a wharf. And then as I'm walking around the island, I realize my job is there and I'm a lower level PA, but I'm never progressing beyond a personal assistant. And our film shoots keep going long. So I'm just kind of like, hey, do you guys need me for anything? Like, please stay. No, but like, we might need you.
Nightmare job, anything that has to be in a photo studio. I'm probably one of the very few photographers who does not like working in a photo studio.
I think being stuck in any sort of office, if I can hear a printer hum, I'm probably in the wrong spot. I think if I get a phone holster, I think I found myself in the wrong job. If I wear a polo shirt, I think I've ended up at the wrong job. I think anything that's very soul-sucking, or looking at it, if I have to open up a spreadsheet, I found the wrong job.
I think my worst nightmare job would just be like somewhere where I have no upward mobility. Like I would just be stuck. Like even if as a photographer, if I was just stuck as a photojournalist, like there's no way for me to be an editor or in charge of something other than just doing assignments. Like that will be great because I'll have to do that. But if there's no hope of me like improving and getting better and being held at that level, I don't think that would be very fun for me.
My nightmare job would be being a PA. Don't want to do it.
What place do I not want to work at? And honestly, it's kind of funny. But before I even like started doing photography as a major, or even before SAU, I used to work for Life Touch. I used to work in a portrait studio in the middle of the mall, and it was terrible. I hated it.
It's the worst nightmare job. Anything behind the desk, especially crunching numbers. Don't want to do that.
But advertising. I did not enjoy the advertising things that although it was good to have been in ad lab this year and to have learned about the way they work, I would not enjoy being in that job. I feel I would get stressed out the moment I walked in.
My absolute worst nightmare job, well, I don't want to work in a cubicle. I don't think a desk job is the right term to use because, you know, in our industry, you know, people spend a lot of time at their desk, you know, whether it's revising scripts or, you know, if you're editing. So I don't think desk job is necessarily the right term, but I don't want a job to where I go there, I sit down, and I just sit there all day and do nothing, you know? Like, I want a job that, like, puts me on my feet.
I worked in retail, and I worked in retail since I was, like, 16, and then when my store closed, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go back into retail or food service. That would probably be my worst job. That would be like if that was the only thing left.
I worked in retail and that was okay, but I think anything where I have to wear a uniform, then that is just, I'm not good at that. I'm just not. Even though it was retail and it was like sales and stuff, I couldn't do it at Old Navy. I just couldn't do it. And so that was, love shopping there, but on the other side, not for me.
Working entirely for somebody else, achieving their dream and doing nothing for myself, probably. Just anything that's 100% working for somebody else. Like, it's not that I don't mind working for other people, but I would prefer to be following something that I believe has like genuine value to the world, other than like what I'm doing for other people. I just want to make the world better as much as I can.
So my nightmare job would probably be working in hospice as a minimum wage, because I don't want to watch people I care about die. I feel like that would be my worst nightmare. And then not being able to make a living off of that would really be even awful on top of that.
Oh my gosh, what would be my worst nightmare job? I feel like my worst nightmare job, in the same vein, would be working at Universal in Harry Potter World, because I would have to relearn so much of the knowledge that I had when I was like 9 and 10 years old. And like, I know I'd have to sit and read the books and study everything and get these words, because if I get one thing wrong, these 12-year-olds and their moms from Pennsylvania will scream down my neck, and I can't handle that. Like, I know E.T., I'll stick with him. I would say one nightmare job. I've gotten to work a lot with River Region Evening Edition. They've been like my main RSO that I've been a part of throughout my entire time at SIU. I'm so like lucky to have been a part of that and so grateful for it. But every single day that I had to produce, I was just like, I don't want to do this. I'm just like, I didn't love that. I loved being on like the production and having more of a smaller part.
First nightmare of a job to be stuck with would probably be stuck in the fast food industry again.
Do I say do I say selling flash drives? To me, my worst job would just be something that I just don't look forward to doing every day. I found out that if I don't enjoy what I'm doing, if I'm not having fun doing it, the motivation just isn't there, and the passion isn't there, and the quality of work just doesn't come through. So as long as I can find something that I'm passionate about, and I think that I can excel and put a good stamp on, I think I'll be okay.
My worst, like my nightmare job would probably be something with graphic design, just because like, if it's like with Canva, I'm good, but if it's like Adobe anything, I'm out. Like, I cannot do it.